with the teams, FC Halifax Town and Grimsby Town.
And we are underway in the 2016 FA Trophy final as Ben Sharif gets an early touch on the ball. It's fired over the back. Look at the right midfielder. Yeah, good little spell from both sides there. Halifax moving down, operating down the left-hand side. Neat little 1-2. Could have been a free kick on the edge of the penalty area, not given. And then up the other end, Grimsby went straight up the other end. Obviously, we know what Omar Bogle's capable of. We saw last week in the National Playoff Final, getting the goal. 6'3" striker from Birmingham, 17 goals and 9 assists this season. He's certainly the man to watch for the Mariners. To Kevin Roberts with a cross into the box. Handball, is that handball? Oh, it looked like handball. Still got it though. Scott McManus with the ball in. Oh, it's a chance. Oh, it's agonisingly wide from Jordan Burrow, the number 9. It was a terrible back header from the Grimsby Town midfielder. It caused him all sorts of problems. Into the path of Jordan Burrow, who couldn't quite caress it round McKeon and on target. Yeah, just seeing an off the ball incident there with Bogle and the Halifax Town defender. Can't quite see who it was. Having a bit of pushing and shoving. Personally, I won't want to mess with Bogle, seeing the size of him. No real danger. Nice ball in behind there though to Padraig Hammond. He's got between the lines. Hammond reminds me a bit of Shane Long-like. Lovely little chip from Tate. There's a chance here. Bogle, can he turn? Can he turn? Again, he's well marshalled by the Halifax Town defender. It's brilliant stuff by Jake Hibbs, who drives out the defence and gets his team going, but he can't do it on his own. Elliot Farage-Disley is going to play it back to John Nolan. Nolan's got the run of Tate on the outside. He does give it to Tate. Can Tate deliver? He does so. Looking towards Amand. He's got to deliver. Oh, what an opportunity that is. First chance for Grimsby on goal. It was a brilliant overlap from the full-back Richard Tate, with a brilliant crossing as well towards the back post to Padraig Hammond. And Hammond got up ahead of his man, headed on target, but only straight at Sam Johnson in the Halifax goal. Still 0-0. 20 minutes played in the FA Trophy final. Obviously, Grimsby's main aim was to get into the Football League. They've done that. What an achievement it'd be to secure the FA Trophy as well. What a coup it'd be for Halifax Town as well. Being relegated, but going out on a high with a trophy. A trophy of this calibre as well. A brilliant refereeing to start with from Lee Mason. Playing the advantage. Mark Clattenburg, take note. I think it was Josh McDonald for Halifax down the right hand side. I tell you what, he could have easily gone down there. The leg was left out there from the Grimsby Town defender. Just watching back on the replay. The leg was there. You see a lot of Premier League strikers go down in that situation. I'm not saying he should have done, but the option was there. As Halifax looked to get the ball into the box there. It's curled in. It's a good ball. It's fizzed in. It's headed clear again. Applying some pressure onto Grimsby now. It's been even 25 minutes. Another ball into the box. It's an awkward one to deal with, and John Nolan slices it. It's going to come back out to Scott McManus with a cross into the back post. It's a header. Can he volley? Oh, another chance. Wasn't quite sure what was going to come from that. A massive roar from the Halifax Town fans to my right, as you can probably hear. It was Kevin Roberts who the headed clear. It fell out to on the edge of the box with the volley. Another good block from Grimsby.
Aristote Nisala.
Say that again. Chance here to get the ball. Robertson looks to Hammond in the back post. The header. Oh, it's well defended. I think Hammond headed the defender. It's going to be a corner kick to Grimsby. Good to see Kevin Roberts straight back up there after getting a little knock on the head. No, we certainly don't condone diving, not at all, but the leg was sticking out, and you see it time and time again in this day and age in football nowadays. Not as much in non-league. Get more honest players in non-league, or you tend to anyway. The leg was certainly there.
Certainly watching the Coppa Italia final last night, it wasn't enjoyable. It's the first time in a while I've watched a football match and not really enjoyed it. The slightest bit of contact and players would throw themselves to the ground. There'd be imaginary cards being waved. There'd be screaming going on. It's just not nice to see at any level of a game.
Do you think that retrospective action needs to take place?
I do, although I would say it's difficult because I also believe that you can have a foul and a dive in the same passage of play. So it makes it very complicated. There needs to be some clearly set out guidelines for it. And hopefully that will come in the near future.
So what are your thoughts about a review system, sort of like you see in NFL, where you can challenge a decision?
That's something I'd be very keen to have brought into football. We're lucky enough to have replays here up in the Wembley press area, and you can, 5 seconds after an incident's happened, you can tell whether it's offside, you can tell whether it was a foul, and that's all the referees need. Someone in their ear confirming it for them. if they make the wrong decision, they've just got to take it on the chin and deal with it and move on and referee the game properly. Oh, there's a heavy challenge gone in the centre of the park there from a Halifax player, and Lee Mason's penalised him. He looks like he might be going to his pocket. He certainly wants a word with Jake Hibbs, I think it is, in the centre of the park there.
Yeah, that's the difference between the highest level of football and non-league. Really, just watching the replay back now, a really heavy challenge from Hibbs. It was a 50-50 challenge. The ball just got away from him slightly, but it's a nasty challenge. It went over the top of the ball, but you look at the reaction from it was John Nolan, straight back up. You see that in the Premier League, they're rolling around for about 5 minutes.
I think what's gone in his favour there, as Jake Hibbs, is that he has only gone in one-footed and he has won the majority of the ball, despite it being a little bit clumsy.
Halifax on the break now. Hamza Ben Sharif. He's not known for his great footwork and forward play. You can tell by looking at the Algerian defender, he's built like a, you know what. For half an hour played now on this 2016 FA Trophy final here at Wembley Stadium. It's still Grimsby Town 0, Halifax Town 0.
The shot at the edge of the box by Disley, I think it was, has been completely fluffed, much to the amusement of the Halifax Town fans, who have quietened down recently after their horn session this morning.
Love a horn session. I've been impressed with the movement of Bogle and Hammond spinning off the defenders into these inside channels. And Halifax, that just creates a 2v2 opportunity in the final third. They haven't created any serious chances yet, but I'm sure the calibre of strikers that they are, they certainly will. I'm looking forward to see how they're doing in the Football League next season. Obviously, they've done it in the National League. Another step up into the Football League.
Yeah, they're going to be playing the likes of Doncaster Rovers, who are going to pose them a challenge. And York City, of course. There's some big names in that division. I suppose it does make a big change from playing the likes of Halifax, who were unfortunate enough to suffer relegation. You would have to suggest that if they can't beat the likes of Halifax on such a big stage, that they will struggle. Although, with it being a cup final and promotion already being secured by Grimsby, you just wonder how much importance they do put on this game.
That's my fault. Obviously, York have gone down into the National League now. Grimsby Town currently in possession as Bogle can't quite turn away. Hamza Ben Sharif is not leaving Bogle's sight. He's on his tail everywhere he goes, and that's what it's got to be. You can't leave Bogle free because it will simply cause you severe problems.
Yeah, Jason Punchin, of course, would have been disappointed to be left out of the England squad also. Maybe that fired him up a little bit. It's amazing on occasions like these where all the fans turn out in their numbers. Sometimes it is the fringe players that really come to the fore and put in a performance that turns them into a superstar.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like I said, the players who are on the bench feel like they've got a point to prove to the manager, whereas the players starting, they may feel their place is granted in the team and not feel as fired up as Halifax break down the right-hand side. It's a certain free kick, is it? No, it looked like a people's elbow from the Grimsby Town defender. Clothesline from hell. It's not given. The Grimsby Town defender walks away sheepishly, I must say. And they take the goal kick quickly out to Aristota Nisiala. Easy for me to say. Ball forward looking for Bogle. Bogle flicks on well looking for Hammond. Oh, it's a stern back pass towards Johnson, and Hammond could have nicked it off there. I don't understand why, when it's a back pass towards the goalkeeper, why don't attackers fully go for it and challenge the goalkeeper? It's there to be. They always seem to ease off when I watch people. When there's a back pass made to the keeper, the strikers always seem to ease off.
I think that's a bit of an indictment of our modern game, how they perhaps don't want to be penalised for hitting the keeper, because almost any contact with a goalkeeper now is a certain yellow card, and to be put on as the yellow card with about 7 minutes to go in the first half, no one wants to be sent off in any game, but in a Wembley final you certainly don't want to take that risk.
Yeah, I completely agree. I just think if Hammond runs at full speed there, he will block Sam Johnson's goal kick. Anyway, Halifax on the attack, still 0-0. Burrow looks to get in behind there, but again, he's got two either side of him, but they're extremely deep because they've got the Grimsby Town fullbacks to worry about. The likes of Richard Tate and Gregor Robertson are bombing on, which means the attacking players have to go back with them. That's just their duties. Which leaves Burrow, incidentally, up top isolated. And they're leaving a lot of work for themselves at the minute.
Yeah, you just wanted him to hit that at Wembley Stadium in front of God knows how many thousand fans. You just wanted him to run onto that and hit it as hard as he could, but he thought better of it. Perhaps that's taking its toll with some of his passes that are going away here. I don't know. I'm not a professional footballer. I'm not one to speak about the length of grass, but certainly something doesn't seem right with the passing, especially back towards the goalkeeper.
You're not a professional groundsman. It's not, like I said earlier, it's not been as quite as open and quite as excited as the FA Vars final. Very cagey. Have you enjoyed the first half so far?
I have enjoyed it. It's been tense. You can tell it's a final by a few of the passes that have gone away. But yeah, after watching such a good game earlier, it is a little bit of an anticlimax. But I'm still hopeful that we can see some goals in this match. There's been a few half chances, although it has to be said, some of the Halifax Town fans have started to sneak out. Maybe they're going for a pint or to get a pie. I don't know. £5 burger at Wembley. It's not something I'd be rushing towards, but each to their own.
£5 a pint, I've heard as well. Incredible scenes. I think referees come under a lot of criticism, but credit where credit's due. Lee Mason, Premier League referee, rightly so. He's had a good half. He's let the play flow when required. He's played advantage in good areas, and there's been a couple of half-hearted, I've got to say, penalty appeals, but he's made the right call on all of them, I've got to say.
Yeah, the game has died a little bit now, and I think that's been reflected in the Halifax fans who have started with plastic horns again. No real rhythm to it. It's just random horn blowing coming from the right.
Yeah, I'm going to be brutally honest. It's been a poor first half, I've got to say. There's not been a great deal of quality. Two teams that have cancelled each other out. One half-decent opportunity, I've got to say, as the fourth official indicates a minimum of 1 minute added on. A goal now would be a killer blow for either side if they concede. You don't want to concede before half-time. And there is the half-time whistle. Half-time in the 2016 FA Trophy final. It's Halifax Town 0, Grimsby Town 0. Like I mentioned earlier, not a great deal of chances, not a great deal of quality. A poor half, but half-time here at Wembley Stadium. It's Halifax Town 0, Grimsby Town 0. Make sure you join us for the second half.